The article I chose is called "The Better Early Childhood Development Program: An Innovative Brazilian Public Policy," and this is a past issue. What does the researcher set out to do? In this article, the researcher is analyzing the implementation of the PIM Early Education Program in Rio Grande, Brazil. PIM is short for Programa Primeira Infância Melhor, meaning the Better Early Childhood Development Program. In this article and presentation, the term PIM will be used to represent this program. The researcher seeks to help readers understand the importance of early education and its access to children all around the world, but more specifically in at-risk areas. The significance and impact of the PIM program on Brazilian children and families will be examined as well. Additionally, the author will reference scientific information on why educational intervention is so important during the first years of life. The bottom picture right here is a photo of poverty in Rio Grande, Brazil. Why does the researcher feel it is relevant? Unfortunately, many countries around the world face similar issues as areas of Brazil in regards to high poverty levels, inequities in education, violence, malnutrition, etc. The issue in Brazil is that most children, especially in poverty, are not provided with the access or opportunity to engage in proper early childhood education. Parents in this area not only lack education themselves, but they lack the tools to appropriately educate their own children. This is relevant to a global perspective because without proper education, there most likely will not be a promising future. Research continues to support that the first several years of life are the most vital in the way in which a child develops. In regards to community and state-local government relationships, it is often a struggle to get them to work together for the benefit of the population due to lack of funding, for example. What is PIM? PIM is an early childhood education program that was created in 2003 by the Department of Health, although it is now working alongside the Department of Education and other organizations. The program began its implementation in Rio Grande, Brazil, an area that has a high poverty level and is considered at risk. This is due to the lack of educational facilities and early childhood care within the communities. The program is designed to assist pregnant mothers as well as children from birth to age of 6. The key was to engage parents in the learning experiences in order to promote holistic development. Home visitors will come to a child's home or community and teach either individual or group learning experiences. For example, a child, his or her parent, and the home visitor will interact through play or educational games, which not only teaches the child but gives the parents tools to continue educational support at home. The goal of the PIM program is to aid in the World Declaration of Education for All. And what we see here on the bottom is a real picture of the PIM model being used in Rio Grande, Brazil. Findings and conclusion. In the article, the researcher uses scientific research to validate the necessity of early education based on the critical and vulnerable nature of the first several years of life in order to acquire healthy development. More importantly, the ways in which parents choose to interact with their children in these early years are crucial to the way in which they learn, develop relationships, acquire language, and thrive. This makes a connection to the importance of including parents and family in the PIM program. The program was found to foster growth by providing quality educational experiences. The program assists in preventing or minimizing any learning difficulties, school dropout rates, and violence by instead providing healthy early learning experiences that contribute to a successful and productive future. The implementation of the PIM program in Brazil brought educational access to families that previously did not have any means of early education experience. Since the start of the program, 60% of the towns in the state have adopted the model into their communities. A state law was passed based on the effectiveness of the PIM program, in which more funding will be invested into early education programs. How do findings relate to this course? Through our readings and investigations throughout this course, we know that educational inequities are found everywhere from Brazil to the United States. Unfortunately, it seems that the children who need the most educational experiences are receiving little to none at all. Educational access and opportunity is a continuous problem, and as you can see in the article. It is also important to remember that parent involvement in a child's education is key to their success. It is known that the more involved parents are with their child's education, the more likely they are to feel supported, thrive, and reach higher potentials. Identifying cultural differences or needs allows for the appropriate interventions to be made that fit the community. It is also important to note that when education is held of greater importance in a community or family, students will begin to see it as a priority in their own life. Good quality education at any level is beneficial to not only children and their communities, but to economic growth in a better world. In my opinion, early education is both essential and beneficial to all. Education should be a right, not a privilege. Quality of education should not be based on economic status, race, gender, or geography. State and local governments need to work together with communities in identifying their needs and using funding appropriately to solve any educational issues. Quality early childhood education programs should be available, accessible, and required for all children before primary education. Providing families with developmental tools are necessary in encouraging appropriate health, intelligence, and overall welfare of children. And more attention needs to be placed on early childhood programs through research, comparative education, and global efforts due to the fact that the first years of life are the most important.